everyone. My name is Kaleen O'Connor, and I am joining you from Florida, USA. And we always invite you as we get rolling, because we love to make this as interactive as we can, even though we can't see you and you can't see each other. Please feel free to use the chat box to let us know where you're joining us from in the world. I know we've got obviously some folks from Australia and various places. So feel free to do that. We're going to have a couple of live speakers tonight, and I'm your host, so I'll be weaving in and out throughout the presentation, and at the very end we'll come back around and just give you guys a little bit more education and resources you can take advantage of after you learn really cool stuff. And if you have questions, we may or may not have time to answer them live, but we will certainly do our best. And so do take notes and or questions as we're doing the presentation. And you can put them in the chat box and we will address them for sure at the end. So I am honored to have this amazing gentleman that you guys see here on the screen joining us tonight. This is Stevie, and he is one of our international business partners. We're working together on a global health project where we are educating people on a breakthrough that is truly changing lives. It has certainly changed my life and my family's life, and brings me joy to share with you tonight. And we want you to know that our commitment is that we make sure we add value to you during this webinar. So everybody gets something different out of it. Again, write those questions down. We don't want to leave any curiosity. And with that, I'm gonna officially turn it over to you, Stevie. Thank you for taking the time to be with us tonight and sharing all your knowledge.
No, thank you very much for having me here. It is great to be here, and it's great as always to be working with you, Kaleen, because you're such a force for good in the world. You know, it's amazing to work with you, and so thank you very much for your partnership and your friendship. Just an amazing lady. And thank you, everyone. Happiest of New Year's. I hope it's already been for you, and I hope it's going to be your best one yet. I hope you recognize that there's greatness within you. And I hope you get to realize that this year more than ever. I hope you get to unleash that. I hope you get to unblock that. And I hope you get to bring its blessings upon the world and then have them returned many more times to you. And so it's really my pleasure to be here with you. And let's jump straight into this, shall we? Let me just switch my screens here. All right, excellent. So as Kaleen mentioned, my family and I, we are from Australia, in case you couldn't tell by my Crocodile Dundee accent. Originally, we're from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast, and that was really a dream come true when we can make that happen. We're minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. We absolutely love it. I'm a very blessed man. I have a life, income, and freedom that really allows me to enjoy a great lifestyle with my family. It's also taken me to many parts of the world that were once way too far out of my reach, but the good vibes and good times not always been the case. I was a difficult child to parent, raise in school. I never made the grades, and I was often told I was stupid and useless. And when you're told something often enough, while you're young and impressionable enough, you start to believe it. I later became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And let me tell you, with that type of thinking, I walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good-looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. Okay, I'm kidding about the good-looking part, but I'm not kidding about the dumb part. I had big dreams. I wanted to be, do, and have more. I really, really, really wanted to become and give more, actually. But I had little self-esteem, so I had done little with my life and had little to give. Now, physically, I've always been athletic, even to right now, today, mainly in martial arts. But back then, I had health troubles, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory issues, severe skin, respiratory, and gut conditions most of my life, lots of very bad injuries. And financially, I got myself stuck in go-nowhere jobs, with hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. Being behind, I've had the phone, electricity, and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol. I've not been able to make the rent. I've been evicted. I mean, no financial dignity. I always believed in possibilities, but problem was I doubted my potential. So I was trapped, unhappy, and fulfilled and frustrated because I wasn't able to be who I really wanted to be. But, you know, of course, life is not all doom and gloom. I had lots of good things happen to me. And here's some of the key things. First, I met the girl of my dreams. And right then and there, more than ever before, I was motivated to become more. She believed in me too, and told me that I was more. And I guess when you're told something often enough. But also, I was introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, life-changing opportunity, life-changing training. The company leaders are extremely successful people. They believed in me too, long before I could, and taught me, more importantly, how to believe and become more. Today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I've solved them, not just for myself, but for many others because of this life-changing breakthrough. Instead of financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, I now not only have more, I have the ability to not just be more, become more, but give more because of this company. And it's showing me its life-changing training, life-changing better way. And so now I want nothing more than to better people's lives in at least one of these life-changing ways too. And so what I'm going to mention to you first is the first life-changing thing that I mentioned, a life-changing breakthrough. And so first I'll go through what is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime, according to medical experts who are saying it's a very big breakthrough, greater than the discovery of DNA or penicillin, they say. For 2 decades, science had declared this was impossible. And so we're going to show the impossible made possible this evening. This is an enormous breakthrough with enormous potential, proven by renowned universities, world-leading laboratory studies. A very, very advanced breakthrough. We're talking 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results, and drug companies wanted it shut down, but more about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be going through goes well beyond drugs or nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you see here or you already know about, because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking, category creating, and a real deal healthcare breakthrough. ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells, so they're native to your body. They're in your body being made already. They are your cellular messages that affect your cell-to-cell communication, therefore your cell-to-cell operation, and all the way down to your genetic expression in a positive way. So here's some examples. Redox signaling actually is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself. And it does that by telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, how to repair unhealthy cells, and how to replace damaged cells. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps your cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Now, why is this also all important? Because we are all made all of cells. Therefore, we live and die at the cellular level. So healthy cells, healthy body, healthy life. And so redox signaling molecules are the keys to that life. They are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling. Critically. Because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if our bodies already make redox molecules, why do we need to give our bodies more? Well, it is so that when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, how they can run around all day, not wake up sore the next after that, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, our cells break down and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. Without as many redox signaling molecules giving these clear cell signals, our whole cellular protection and healing process becomes slow. Our cells break down more and more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and is so highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA Redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA Redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. And ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of redox signaling molecules, there have now since been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see there are well over 33,000 results. There are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling, and this slide will already be out of date with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. And so according to medical researchers, as well as reported in this article by the Huffington Post that mention ASEA, clearly in here, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine, and ASEA is already light years ahead. ASEA Redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. Here's just one example. ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested, shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. These genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Moreover, ASEA Redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. Now, the head professor of this university study has come out saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now, that is significant, ladies and gentlemen, because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Well, because, as we've said, redox signaling molecules are native to your body. That means they're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to when it was younger and or healthier, and we're just replacing what is already meant to be there. So if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish to look, live, and feel young again, or whether you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, or if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But you don't need to just take my little word for it. Here are some medical doctors. Let's have a listen together what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. And that's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology, which are Renew 28 Redox Gel and our intensive redox serum. These redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products. They are our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our ASEA redox technologies are worth with these amazing health, anti-aging and age reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin, all being replenished, being rejuvenated, being renewed. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions are coming back to the proper surface of the skin. This is Rosie. The dramatic difference you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because Rosie didn't believe, Rosie didn't take those pictures, and actually Rosie didn't believe that the products were working. Rosie went to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told the doctor that the products did not work, the doctor showed her these pictures, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here. Now, some people will notice results very early on, 7 weeks in Rosie's case, some people in 7 days. Many people can have an experience in around 7 minutes, but some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health. What we know scientifically is that redox molecules are redox molecules. They're the same in you as they are in me, as they are in animals, as they are in plants, as they are in bottles of ASEA products. Studies show that ASEA redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time, it would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. This doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? Renew 28 is not just for your face. As you can see here, arms, hands, bellies, buttocks, thighs, and all over. These pictures are actually from a study that was done by a world-leading laboratory. In fact, this study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. So scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see, was there any truth to these stories? And what they found was there was. After just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And so the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening. And they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, not just for visibly younger looking skin, but healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving or sun exposure. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body, and you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the maximum discomfort. Apply Renew 28 on that point of discomfort 3 times within 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort within approximately 10 minutes. And those who don't just need to wait a little longer, maybe use a little bit more product. Now, nothing I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Kaleen, are you ready for me to switch? Is our guest speaker ready, or would you like me to keep going a bit?
He is back.
Fantastic.
There we go. He's already doing the screen. I love it. So thank you, Stevie. So we're going to switch back. We're going to switch over to Dan Doyle, who is also a world authority on this incredible health breakthrough, particularly because he has lived it himself personally and also shared it literally with thousands all over the world, including myself and my husband several years ago. So the beauty of this is you're going to hear a real personal story on how this has changed his life. So Danny, thanks for joining us tonight in the midst of Spanish calls and all kinds of crazy stuff going on.
Thanks, Kaleen. Yeah, just come off a Spanish call. We're going to be as productive as possible this year, sharing this with as many people as possible. This is the first of the year, first of literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of calls that we will do this year to support you guys. And for the new guys on this call, I always say the same thing. Just relax, because we're not here to sell you anything or convince you to do anything. This is simply us sharing information, incredible information. Stevie's gone through what this technology can do for individuals from a health point of view, anti-aging and human performance. That's a given. Scientifically impossible not to work. So whoever's asked you to come on this call, whoever's invited you, as far as I'm concerned, they're handing you a gift, and you're going to be, you're going to have this knowledge, and whatever you do with this information that we pass on to you is totally up to you. I just love people being able to make informed decisions. So congratulations for being on this call. Yeah, big year coming up. Happy New Year from me. Suzanne and I are based now in Honolulu, in Hawaii, originally from Sydney, Australia. Been basically traveling the world for about 4 years now. Got involved with ASEA about 6 years ago, and I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't looking for the company, but I was looking for a solution to 2 major problems that I had. And I grew up being very fit and healthy and active to seriously losing my health. And I got an incredible phone call from a friend of mine after praying for so long, looking for an answer to my problems, my health challenges that I had. And this is my story. Just to reiterate what Stevie said, that these products are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But we have this amazing product that can literally help our bodies, signal our bodies to heal itself. So I grew up in Sydney, Australia, playing many sports, very, very active, doing judo, gymnastics, aerobics, surfing, rugby, bodybuilding. As you can see, this is a picture of me. It's not Photoshop. When I was 24 years old, growing up in Australia, and I got into the health and fitness industry. I was actually had a gym, multiple businesses in that industry. I was a personal trainer. I was doing bouncing at the time, working clubs, but always hand in hand. Just an amazing little entrepreneur that was looking to be successful in life. And everything that I learned, I never had a trainer or a mentor when it came to what I was doing or what I was achieving. As a matter of fact, I played so many sports because I didn't like school, and I dropped out of school and ended up being very successful in traditional business. Over the next 20 years, from the age 24 to 44, building and selling 20 traditional businesses in different industries: hospitality, fitness industry, construction industry. Fast forward 20 years, from 24 to 44, this is a picture of me, not a bodybuilder anymore, but still looking after my health. Did a lot of cardiovascular work. I was in the gym at 6:30 every morning. Unfortunately, this was the end of me being a successful entrepreneur. And the reason for that was 6 months later in 2011, the doctors gave me some really bad news. And this is a picture of me on the right with no hair from the top of my head to my toes. And hospital visits every few weeks for 2.5 years. What I went through in that hospital, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. This is a friend of mine, Johnny Manor, standing next to me, 21 years old, in remission from what he'd been through, back to playing the highest levels of rugby in Australia. After this photo was taken, his issue came back, went back into hospital, started losing his hair again, lost a lot of weight, never came out, unfortunately. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. So here I am at 44 in this photo, and on a journey which I never thought I'd be on. When I got to the end of those 2.5 years of hospital visits, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. That was a big shock. I knew at that point I had to do something myself, take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. When I did some research, I cleaned up my diet. Deep sea fish, vegetables, salads, everything organic, some good, clean, pure water. And I tried for 2 years looking after my own health, nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water, and this is the result. This is 2 years me looking after myself. I looked about 20 to 30 years old, and my blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. Nothing was working. There was a missing piece to the puzzle. And what happened from here, 2014, a friend of mine called. He said, I think I found something that can work, that can help you. Flew to Salt Lake City, Utah, from Sydney, and started on the ASEA Redox cell signaling supplement. Very short period of time, I'm talking about 3 hours. My body was detoxing so fast, I had little red spots all over my upper torso. 12 hours, a 20-year caffeine intolerance had gone away. And in 48 hours, I had so much lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital, I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. That was incredible. In a short 2 to 3 days, it was hard for me to believe what was going on in such a short period of time. I went back to Australia. I kept drinking this stuff in this little blue bottle. Long story short, fast forward 12 months. This is the day the doctors told me no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose. Let's fast forward another 2 years. And you can see by this photo, the anti-aging effects of what these redox molecules can do in the body. I always like to go back to 2014. Now, when we're doing presentations, when we see people physically, we know somebody's outside. Their complexion, the way they're looking, is a reflection of what's going on the inside. And that was exactly what was happening to me here at this time. So my complexion was a reflection of what was going on the inside. And same as 2015, 1 year on the product, feeling much better and looking much better, and all these things had gone away. But same thing, what you're seeing on the outside was a reflection of what was going on the inside. 3 years on the product, my complexion a reflection of what was going on the inside in 2017, 3 years on the product. So that was my journey back to health, back to looking younger and feeling younger. The journey evolved. I had no intention to build a business, and there's an incredible business opportunity behind this breakthrough. But what happened along the way, I started sharing this with others. It became a responsibility to do that. I couldn't keep the knowledge to myself that my own health was getting better and not share it with others. It was going to do other people an injustice if I didn't help them. So I started sharing this, and the great thing was, you know, coming from being very successful to losing everything financially, living in a van, almost going to the Salvation Army for food stamps, really struggling financially, to regaining my health, to start helping others, to receiving thank you checks from the company and investing those thank you checks into more product that ultimately kept me here, returned my health. It was just amazing, amazing evolution. So guys, we got something really special. I would say that ASEA, because of the product, the technology, the breakthrough, the founders, corporate, the field leadership, the compensation plan, the ethos of the company, all these things, the company that ticks every single box, makes what we have the most compelling opportunity that I've ever seen in my life. Nothing comes close to this and what we have. With that, I'm going to hand back to Kaleen, and we're going to continue with our little presentation.
Thank you, Dan. That was amazing. And Stevie's going to come back and really give more reality on how is it possible for myself, for Dan, and for Stevie and many others to share this breakthrough around the world. So Stevie, we're tuning back into you now.
Awesome. Thank you very, very much, Kaleen. And thank you so much, Dan. Ladies and gentlemen, if you remember my little story at the beginning where I said that this company is headed up by extremely successful people that believed in me long before I believed in myself, who taught me how to believe and belong and become more. Dan was the first. And he's also one of the very, very tippity top leaders in this organization. So I'm very grateful to be able to spend time with him here. And yeah, I hope you are too. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, it is a universal truth that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. I hope you can feel that, see that, hear that by now. That has created a financial life-changing opportunity behind all of this too, to make a living while bettering people's lives. So ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for two very simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, who's a medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And two, ASEA is heavily patented. But not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, it can't be copied because there's no way for anyone to be able to look into a bottle of ASEA and from there figure out how to reverse engineer it because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA. And so it can't be copied. That means we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. That means no one in the world has what ASEA has, no one. And no other products in the world can do what ASEA does, none of them. Nothing else out there in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can because redox works on everybody. Everybody needs redox because nothing in the body works as well or at all without redox. And redox cannot hurt anybody. No other product can make that claim. No juice, pills, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, or whatever it might be. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors because it serves everyone within them at a much deeper level than what anything else can. Whether it be healthcare and wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, or longevity, these are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from, and nothing else works deeper than that. So ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing redox with others, just by bettering the lives of others. For people looking for either an extra or part-time or full-time or big time, or maybe a legacy leaving income. For people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle for themselves, for their loved ones, for others, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions. To be able to afford you making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality, ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leveraged. You receive a residual income from not just the first, but all of the repeated purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA. And because you can refer as many people as you like, the residual income potential is unlimited. On top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from not just the first, but all of the repeated purchases made by every single person, all of your contacts and all of their contacts, and also so on and so on and so on refer. There's no limits to how far and wide these referrals can go. Just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, homewares, beauty products, health products, whatever it might be. People tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. It's called word of mouth, of course. And word of mouth is the oldest and still today #1 most powerful and effective form of marketing in the world. There's no limits because you can tell as many people as you want and they can do too. And there's no limits because think about it, especially how connected the world is in today's age. Word spreads worldwide very quickly, very easily. ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening new markets every year. Based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. Residual income is very impressive, but more so, let me tell you, it's very important. Think about it like this. You have residual bills. Why not have a residual income? Do you know what happens to most people who don't realize this by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only one of them is wealthy. Only one out of every 100. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 of them must still work to survive at 65. They're not working because they want to, but because they have to. They're a slave to the dollar. And 74 out of every 100 people, by the time they're 65, are dependent on welfare. And that's no way to live. So what's going wrong? What is one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to have figured out that the other 81% didn't? It's this. How to make money that is no longer dependent on their paid by the hour, selling their precious time for money, labor intensive or own activity, job, JOB, stands for just over broke, otherwise known as active income. Listen, sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. Therefore, think about it. You won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. And this may even be more concerning if you're thinking, well, my active income already isn't enough as it is. This is one of the big problems 81% of people get trapped in, this financial failing plan. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. If you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until you die. Think about it like that. Now, I'm not saying that jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, keep it. You are blessed. But still, find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because in all seriousness, only relying on a single source of active income is not smart and dangerous to your financial security. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, who are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances and their freedom, for people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have or how they have to make it, for people who have dreams and want a better life for themselves, for their loved ones, for others, ASEA is a significant opportunity, a life-changing opportunity to be paid a significant residual income, a life-changing income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real and significant freedom. There's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's really what you get to do with ASEA. It's who we become and what we do that is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, you can make great money here. Don't get me wrong. That is for sure. You can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. Have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. But really at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others. That is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA. And it was demonstrated because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research, clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, the drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down and they wanted everyone taken off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son Tyler Norton, had the great foresight to see grave concerns and consequences in such a deal because Virtus and Tyler saw people. I didn't say profits, I said they saw people. People who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they couldn't, in good conscience, sell out. And so they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. You see, for Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to everyone without a prescription. Now, one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make, and that is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. Now, don't get me wrong, the ASEA founders and their corporate team come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They're exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous household name companies. However, their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe, belong, and become more, to be a force for good in the world. And so you're in very good hands. Please get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. So let me ask you, do you want to be happier and healthier? Do you want to live younger, longer? Of course, right? Of course. Well, then you may just want to become an ASEA customer. Or more so, do you have dreams and desires? Do you want to be, do, have, and able to give more? Do you want to help people be happier and healthier? Do you want a better life, income, lifestyle, not just for you, but for loved ones and for others? Do you want to increase the prosperity of the planet? Do you want to make a difference in the world? Become part of this redox reality, and you can become more. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better in many, many ways. Thank you ever so much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. And thank you very much, Kaleen, for looking after me. I'll hand it back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Stevie. That was very, very good. Very enlightening for sure. And I'm going to quickly share my screen here. Technology is always interesting. So folks, we're almost at the end of our webinar, and I'm just going to bring it back to the basics, because obviously everything about this company and this breakthrough and this opportunity comes back to the product. So this visual that you're seeing on the screen now just gives you a complete picture of the 9 products that we offer, all in the niche of cellular health. And obviously our flagship product is the drink. And so I want to give you a little bit of orientation from the viewpoint, because we're all going to be consumers of it, right? If you've decided to get started. You can see from this graph that this isn't the kind of supplement that you just give someone a bottle to, or even say, okay, just try it for a month. This is just representing over 10 years of consumer knowledge over 12 million bottles of this drink consumed across the planet, that we find that if someone just tries it for a week or even a month, you can see there's a much lower reality that a person can personally perceive the changes happening inside their body. We know within minutes of you consuming these molecules internally that your blood work would show a difference, but you don't necessarily feel it, particularly depending on what area of the body this starts to get in communication with. So you can see if you want to do at least a 3-month plan. I really tell people go for 6 months, because then at 3 months you've got over a 95% occurrence of people going, oh yeah, I really see how it's making my body change things. Okay, so it's good to have that viewpoint when you get back to the person that invited you. This again just reminds you of the incredible topical products we have. You saw the before and after pictures of people using the Renew 28 topical gel all over the body for all different kinds of reasons, as well as just a phenomenal skincare line that complements the topical gel, including the Royal Blue Tube you see is a serum that has 2 times the strength of the actual topical gel in terms of live redox molecules, okay? And then we do have a phenomenal nutrition line. Now, obviously, we didn't reinvent vitamins. They've been, in society for over 100 years now. But what makes these very powerful is they are whole food vitamins, meaning there's nothing synthetic in them. All of the nutrition is being sourced directly from food. And so you're getting literally little capsules of food. And on top of that, the company also went from the viewpoint that it's not just what you consume, it's what you absorb. So each of these formulas have a built-in absorption complex that guarantees that no matter what condition your digestive health is in or your gut health, that you're going to be able to absorb this nutrition and use it in the body as raw materials. So this complements the redox molecules in the topical form and the drink form. So again, you can get back to the person that invited you to learn about this as well. They vary a bit on how they're sold from country to country, and so they can go over that with you. Excuse me. A little bit final orientation in terms of getting started and ordering your product. We want to make sure that you do get back to the person that invited you. You might sometimes see our products on third-party websites like Amazon or eBay. And it's always better to get it directly from your distributor, because sometimes people that have ordered from those websites get expired product. So you know that you can guarantee the purity of the product, you know it won't be expired. There's a higher level of accountability because it's coming directly from our production facility to you, so you know it's safe. You're also guaranteed to get incredible education and product support from your distributor, and also from customer service from our actual manufacturing company, ASEA itself. And we have an incredible free, what we call free product program, where as you continue to order, you build up points, and that helps you save money on the product. As Stevie just said at the very end of his presentation, wherever you are tonight, if you want to be a consumer, there's 2 fantastic accounts for consumers. If you want to help others, if you love helping people, it could just be that you want to get your product paid for by helping others, or maybe you'd like some additional income, or again, that full-time income where this becomes your profession and your main business. Again, there are definitely accounts that are right for you. This is just a quick visual that shows you that we always invite you to order the product wholesale, because you'll get 25% off the full price of the product, which is our retail account, full price. And you can do that as a preferred customer, or you can open up what's called an associate account, and you pay a one-time fee of $40 or whatever the equivalent of that is in the currency of your country. And then once a year, you just pay the equivalent of $25 US to keep all the benefits of that account. And so it brings incredible resources, the wholesale pricing, the free product rewards that you see here on the graph, and very special packages you can order with additional discounts on that first order. We call them enrollment packages. So make sure to take the time to get educated on those packages, because they're amazing. Okay, and just to officially bring it back home, this is really all about supporting your body's ability to maintain and reclaim its health, so that you can live longer, better, and stronger. And we always close with this incredible quote from one of our founders, Vertus Norton. I'm going to read it to you now. He says, We are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world. And again, that's directly from Virtus. And I share that with you because I'm sure we would all agree that this is a year that has been quite different from probably any year we've ever experienced in our life. And this is the time right now to really be proactive about your own health and wellness, continue to build wellness in your life and a strong immune system, but also to look at, multiple streams of income and the value of having an online home-based business in a way that changes lives all over the world. So don't wait, get your questions answered. We have a few minutes here where you can put questions in the chat box and we will respond to them live, but also get back to the person that invited you, and they can fully orient you on the best account for you and help you put together a product plan and all the wonderful things that come with that. So that officially ends our presentation.